Here's a question: where did you sleep last night? It's a question several volunteers will ask the homeless population in Sioux City for a national survey. The point-in-time count takes a snapshot of the homeless population on a single night every year in January. The count is required by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. The data is used to measure homelessness on a local and on a national level. It helps determine the federal funding received at the local level to support the community resources helping the homeless. This acts as a moment in time rather than the full scope of homelessness in Sioux City. The federal definition of being chronically homeless is a person living on the streets for at least 12 months or on at least 4 separate occasions in the last 3 years.
Now, during the last year's point-in-time count, volunteers found 83 people in Sioux City who are chronically homeless. 43 people were living outside or in a vehicle. 54 of the homeless were seniors. 18 of the homeless were veterans, and 40 of those homeless were victims of domestic abuse. This is a 3% increase from the previous year's count.
What was interesting about last year was our unsheltered count doubled. And I don't think it's because there were double the people out there. I think it's very possible that there was an increase, but I think it's more that we're getting better at counting and we're being even more intentional about how we do this point-in-time count process.
KTIV's Taylor Deckert is in studio with us tonight with more on how those volunteers for this year's survey are working to increase participation in that survey. Taylor?
Yes, this survey will be conducted on Thursday, asking people where they slept the night before on the evening of January 28th. Event organizers want these people to be more than just a number on the street, but to make sure they know the resources that are available to them to help get them to a better spot. The coalition put together care packages today for this year's count, well stocked with items they can use on the streets when interacting with the homeless, like first aid kits, food. There was even Burger King gift cards added in, just basic things that'll help them get them through this time of their life. This right here is part of the survey. Members of the Siouxland Coalition and Homelessness hope that building these care packages, asking these questions, helps bridge a gap for those who have not yet utilized the homeless services offered in our area.
I hope that the folks that we're reaching out to feel seen and heard by us, and they're our neighbors, so we want to make them feel included in our community so that they reach out for the assistance they need and really use it to feel supported.
Several teams will be going out at 4 a.m. on Thursday morning. While they're working to support the homeless, they also want this number to be as accurate as possible.
We're trying to meet them where they are. The other thing is, though, over the years, various people have questioned the legitimacy of the point-in-time count, and so wanted to be part of trying to make it as accurate as possible, that we looked for all of the people that should be on that count.
Some of the places they look are along railroad tracks, under various bridges, up Perry Creek, and behind various stores. The bags that were being distributed at a resource fair as well, that's going to be put on by the coalition. The intended audience is the unsheltered neighbors, but anyone is welcome to attend. This is happening on Thursday, January 29th at the Sioux City Public Museum from 1 to 3 p.m. Matt?
Taylor, thank you. You can learn more about the count, the coalition, and what to expect at the resource fair. It's inside this story at KTIV.com.